Incidentally, the entertainment here at the JJB today, absolutely top class. It's been provided by the gentleman in the centre circle there. My type of music, I think, David.
Makes the blood boil, doesn't it? Gets
He's
you going.
been brilliant, hasn't he?
Oh, terrific. Deserves a bigger audience. They're still downstairs, to be honest with you, on the supporters.
I also think it's been music that's been enjoyed this afternoon by Manchester United's manager as well, who's been out listening and watching, as you can see. Can Wigan get something out of this, David?
I think they can. I think especially after international week, you know, I think as a manager you never know how your team's going to perform. Sir Alex will be looking for an efficient performance, but you know, it's hardly going to be really fresh. The players are not going to be fresh 48 hours basically after playing in games for international level. So definitely, if they affront the game in the right manner, which I'm sure they'll do under Paul Jewell, I think they can get something out of it.
Is that a point, do you think, Paul Jewell will make to his team? They might just be a bit leggy, Manchester United today.
I mean, about 14 players away. Yeah, I'm sure that it'll be. Let's make it difficult for them. Let's not make it a really, really uncomfortable afternoon for them. And that's exactly what Paul Jewell's team would do. It'll be a hard game for Manchester United.
What will Chelsea's reaction be, do you think, if Manchester United have got a 3-point lead in an hour or so?
Let's beat Reading. I think it'd be quite simple. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going as long as we are. Chelsea now, I think they know they're in for a difficult season this year. This isn't like last year, as David said earlier. We've got teams now that realise how far Chelsea have raised the bar, and they've got to match them. Arsenal, Manchester United, I think, will be the closest contenders. Liverpool need to pick it up, but it's going to be a really good season for Premiership viewers. Rather than having Chelsea running away with it, I think it's going to be a lot closer now.
It's Wigan against Manchester United. Let's join our match commentators, Andy Gray, who they tell me was a scorer in that final between Watford and Everton. Didn't know that. And Ian Dark.
Yeah, I think we might have learned that once or twice over the years. Let's check the sides for you today. This, of course, one of 42 Northwest derbies. 2 changes for Wigan. Ecuador winger Antonio Valencia is left out and replaced by Scotland's Gary Teale, who's a survivor of Wigan's days in the 3rd tier of English football. Fitzhall, who was ill for the last game at Blackburn, returns in defence at the expense of Matt Jackson. 6 of this side have been on international duty. For Sir Alex Ferguson, who to pick and who to leave out at the end of a busy international week. Gary Neville and Cristiano Ronaldo have returned with injuries. Fletcher is rested, but 3 of England's beaten soldiers from Zagreb are on duty here. Ferdinand, Carrick and Rooney. Wes Brown, John O'Shea and Louis Sahar return here. Patrice Evra replaces the injured Ainsay at left back. Ryan Giggs is back on the bench.
Well, the one thing Paul Jewell will know, he's got to defend well. And in Hall and Dazoo, he's got 2 decent defenders in there. Jamie's touched on Dazoo's pace or lack of it. Saha may try and expose that. But I think there are other areas where they need to play this game, and those are the wide areas. I think with Teale and Boyce, if they can get lots of ball, because when we look at United's system, they may, and with Kilban and Baines coming down that left, and a big target man like Heskey and the pace of Camera, if they can play the game in these areas, and with Sharna backing up from the midfield area as he did so well against Everton with his 2 goals, and Lansat just holding in there, that might be the best option. So I would suggest lots of play in wide areas for Wigan, and lots of the ball to Heskey and Kamara as quickly as they can. Well, for Sir Alex, I wonder today, and I mean I wondered, we talked this time last year, we were debating time and time again about this immense talent being asked to play from the left-hand side, and I felt last year when he did it, he spent too much of his time back near the left-back area. And I don't know whether they'll tinker with it and say to him, don't come back too much, but with lack of width here in front of Evra, he may have to spend some time defending, and Solskjaer may do. I did half wonder if they might go with a 4-3-2-1, and that's something they might do, but again, that would expose them in the wide areas. So let's wait and see where Rooney, the talent, is going to play today.
Well, the word from Sir Alex Ferguson when I spoke to him in the tunnel was that Wayne Rooney would be on the left. But as Andy says, we shall see as the game progresses. This was a very, very dramatic game last year in the league on this ground. Wigan a bit unlucky, even by Sir Alex's admission, not to get something from it, beaten in the last minute. In fact, Wigan have never beaten Manchester United in the history. Only recent meetings, of course, between them. Wigan, I think, are going to go for it. I think they see this as a chance to really get their season going, and they'll be delighted to see a Manchester United side without the pace and trickery of Cristiano Ronaldo, Andy.
Well, any team that plays United is glad when Ronaldo doesn't play. He is a huge talent, the lad, and he does things that no other United player can do. So they're happy that. There's about 4, I would think, Manchester United players are short of today. But you'd expect a team like United with all the resources to accommodate that, to absorb that, and to be able to cope with it. I mean, I look along that line there, I don't see too many Duff footballers standing there, do you?
And there's a few million around. There is some depth in the squad. There's Patrice Evra, takes over from Gabriel Ainsay. For United fans, by the way, the news on Ainsay is pretty good. He should be back in contention for Tuesday night's game against Copenhagen in the Champions League. Paul Scholes there has been in wonderful form this season for Manchester United, so much so that Steve McLaren has twice asked him to come back into the England fold. He's saying no so far, but I wonder whether the door might be pushed further open after midweek developments.
I think when Paul's made his mind up and said no, I don't think he's a guy who changes his mind.
Shame though, isn't it?
Well, he knows what he wants. He wants to play for Manchester United for as long as he can, and he feels by not playing for England it'll lengthen that. I'm not going to argue with that.
Ariane Dezeo, who does know what it's like to beat Manchester United. He did it a couple of times in his days down at Fratton Park with Portsmouth. Congratulations, by the way, to Ariane, whose wife's just given birth to a baby daughter, his 4th child this week, named Jewel. I think you pronounce it Yule in Dutch, but maybe you're guaranteed of your place, aren't you, if you call your daughter after the manager. There's Denny Lands out there in your picture, who grew up in the Ajax Academy, alongside Mario Malchiot, Patrick Kluivert and Clarence Seedorf. Yet to see the best of him, possibly, Wigan.
I think that goes for a lot. I think is that you can't make so many changes. Hard enough at a top side to make that many changes. And it's just as difficult and more so at Wigan. Players just looking to bed in, settle in.
So all set here. Wigan Athletic fired up, seeing this as a launch pad. They've only got 5 points so far. For Manchester United, they want to keep ahead of Chelsea, move 3 points ahead of them for a few hours and put the pressure on them. Good game here is coming up for you.
Premiership's back in action. First game this weekend, Wigan against Manchester United here at the JJB Stadium on Sky Sports 1. It's available in high definition. That's channel 408 if you have a Sky HD box. We're interactive as well. That's a facility for Sky digital viewers. Push the red button on the remote control and follow the instructions. Match commentators Andy Gray and Ian Dark.
Thanks, Richard. We've had quite a build-up here. Nessun Dorma, Jerusalem booming out over the public address system. That's got the crowd going, I think, here. Wigan Athletic, though, have only won once so far this season. Manchester United have only lost once, and that was against Arsenal, you'll recall, at Old Trafford. They can go 3 points clear of Chelsea, at least for a few hours here. United with a win. Flicked on by Kilban is Emil Heskey. Kilban again, playing it into the middle, and it's away by Patrice Evra, who's deputising for the injured Gabriel Ainsay at the moment. Fitzhall on towards the speedy camera. Teal out wide for Wigan. If it can get to him, it doesn't. Evra got a foot in. Wigan was so steamed up for this fixture last season. Went ahead in it, but ended up losing it 2-1. And that was a thunderous occasion.
And just looking quickly at United, they have started with Solskjaer wide on the right, Rooney playing from the left. When they have the ball, obviously 4-3-3, looking to the two wide players to tuck back in when they lose it.
Manchester United, the top scorers in the league with 14 goals. They're averaging 2 goals a game already. Carrick. Here is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. O'Shea back in the side today. Solskjaer again. And there's some work to do there for Chris Kirkland.
Well, I don't think that's a shot, it just ended up one. And that was a surprise thing for the goalkeeper to deal with. I think he's expected to cross, so was Solskjaer, so was Scholes and Rooney, who found themselves in the penalty area. And he's looking to bend this one in and just gets it wrong, and that early in the game, if your concentration's not right, can embarrass you.
Solskjaer, by the way, is top scorer in Premiership goals for Manchester United already, with 4, a couple in the last game against Newcastle. It's good to see him back, as Richard and the boys were saying earlier. Leighton Baines, an Englishman with a smile on his face at the moment after that thunderous goal for the under-21s against Germany. Henri Camara. That was a very good block indeed by Rio Ferdinand. And where's Brown? Did that go out of play? No, the flag stays down. And Rooney can't get in behind.
Just overhit. Just didn't get the line right the other end. Manchester United. Vidic was just a little deeper than Rio Ferdinand. Henri Camara just in behind him there.
Big week coming up for Manchester United, of course. Champions League against Copenhagen Tuesday, and the big one against Liverpool next weekend. Camara looking busy early and bright too. That hit a hand by the look of it of Evra, and Steve Bennett has seen that too. Free kick United, dangerous area. For Wigan, I should say.
See it, the referee got a bit of help from his assistant. Not a lot he could do about this. He just flicks it round there and the arm's up. Might have gotten away with it, but it's an opportunity early on. What the goalkeeper.
I think Leighton Baines might fancy hitting this after what happened in that under-21 game. An absolute screamer from him. And they're having a debate.
Just might try something different.
It is Baines. Oh, what a goal! You cannot stop him at the moment. That is a scorcher.
Wow. Wow, indeed. This is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. It's puffing his cheeks out in disbelief. Probably Paul Scholes will think I should have gotten there. I should have got something on it. He's a player charging the wall, out the wall. There he sees Scholes right at the ball, but it's just hit through him. And such is the pace that he's almost gone past as a goalkeeper. Look at that, he gets his arm out, but it goes over the top of it, almost as if he loses the flight of it and it moves a little through the air. But what a stunning strike. What a start for Wigan.
Sahar trying to come up with an instant riposte. That, by the way, was the first ever Premiership goal for Leighton Baines.
What to remember.
He's having quite a time of it just at the moment, and maybe, who knows, edging towards the senior England squad. Carrick helping it forward. That's a real jolt for Manchester United.
Shout and shoot.
Baines again with a lovely ball towards Henri Camara, and Vidic just about did enough. Now, did he handle that? No. Outside the box? No.
Brilliant goalkeeping. He dropped it. He knew he was coming out. Absolutely top draw, and the lines was right there, staring straight at Edwin van der Sar. He knew he was risking it. I think he drops it just in time.
What a start this is for Wigan Athletic. They've got another free kick, and Baines is going to say, I think, leave this to me again.
Well, Vidic can't win this ball. Why on earth he's challenging for it, risking another free kick, I don't know. Sometimes you can't win it if you're a centre-back, if the ball's played up to the front man well enough. Heskey was always in control. Don't challenge him, just let him bring it down and then deal with it. All he's done is invited Wigan to go again. As I say, I think they got away with it first time because Paul Scholes, having got that close to Leighton Baines, really should have blocked it. It's whether they shift it again, and it looks like they're going to.
Well, it worked last time. Why not? The Conference of War comes up with a predictable decision. It's Baines again. No, it's not. Oh, he worked that well, and it's Lanza in the end.
Well, that's why I wondered first time, because everyone would have been expecting it first time. And this is what they had up the sleeve. Plan 2. Nearly. Good thinking from Paul Joe and his team.
Denny Lanza, who wears the number 14 after his hero and first manager, by the way, the great Johan Cruyff. That's offside against Solskjaer.
Well, we'll get a little look at that. As I say, the linesman's looking straight at this, and he comes out and slides out. Now he knows he's going out the side the box now. Hands off it quick. Oh, I tell you what. We can see it from here. Out he comes, he dives. Hands come off it right away. You see that left hand off it? Yeah, looks straight across. Steve Bennett, the linesman. Flag stayed down.
That's all they needed, a red card as well, having conceded a goal, and it might have been too. Henri Camara kept that in play very well. Evra not sure of his bearings. Teal was on him, and Evra somehow emerges with the ball. Give him credit for that, but you wondered what was going to happen there.
Well, part two he did brilliantly. Part one he got away with just a bit.
Well, they were a bit late arriving today, Manchester United, with only about 55 minutes to kick off.
Well, in more ways than one.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they're mentally quite attuned to this yet. I think Arsenal got stuck in some estate near this ground last year. They were late. It didn't seem to do them too much harm.
Early days. Plenty of time for Manchester United. They'd rather go one down in the first 3 minutes than the last three. Plenty of time to get back in it.
Oh, this is not long. Towards Louis Saha. Fitzhall just about did enough there, but Saha had got away from him and lost him.
Yeah, when you've got to control it, it makes it difficult when you're under pressure. I thought he might just have nodded it straight back to Rooney, who was just joining up on the edge of the 18-yard box.
It's on by Kevin Kilban, and it's Rio Ferdinand who gets it away. It's been a traumatic week, of course, for the England boys out there, and a strange week for managers everywhere with deserted training grounds. Kilban looking for the deep cross. Teal will do well to keep it in. He does too. Wigan at the moment have started very, very brightly, as they did in this fixture last season.
Well, they've got the ball where I thought they might. They've had it in wide areas. They've got it into the front too, up to Heskey, joined in, supported the play, bypassing the midfield. And so far it's worked quite well, but you just feel that sometime United will settle 10 minutes in. They're a bit off the pace at the moment, sloppy passing.
Baines was in quickly there. Oh, and Henri Camara couldn't control it, but the flag was up anyway on that far side.
And just overhit the pass, Baines, and it was an opportunity, just another ball that was misplaced. Well, we make no excuses for showing this again, because you'll see it a few more times this weekend. But what I'm saying is, if you're told to charge the ball, then I think Paul Scholes will be a little disappointed that he didn't do better when he got so close to him. But look how close the goalkeeper gets to it. Touches it even. Such is the power in this boy's left foot. For someone so slight, it shows you it's all about timing.
And here's Rooney. Carrick almost tried to pass it in. Wigan haven't cleared their lines. Rooney has it back again. Carrick just a bit too far for Saha.
Yeah, just overhit it, Michael Carrick. But I agree with the boys in the studio were talking about Michael Carrick. When you pay that amount of money for a player, they're talking about stopping it and doing 10-yard passes, and you don't see things like that. I know what they're saying, but if you pay that much money for a player like Michael Carrick, he has to do better things in it, special things, to win a game, to turn the game. And this is a wonderful example for him.
Yeah, can he be the catalyst for Manchester United? I think the jury is out, isn't it, on a lot of the England players just at the moment. Saha, who scored for France in midweek, but he's given the ball away to Kilban. They don't look at the races early on, Manchester United, but as Andy's been saying, plenty of time. John O'Shea back in the side today. No Gary Neville, calf injury, and Cristiano Ronaldo's got a bit of a knock on the ankle. He was pretty late back from Portugal's game as well, which may have been a factor in the decision. Scholes to Carrick. Now O'Shea, as Manchester United try to make a little triangle, but easy for Fitzhall to bring it away, the former Palace man. You might remember this month last year, Wigan were in second place and had the best defensive record in the Premiership. Electrifying times. It's been harder this time so far, though they haven't been playing too badly. Now Heskey's getting away here. And Brown crashes into the challenge.
Just shut off Rio Ferdinand. He had to come wide with Emil Heskey and got caught ball watching, the skipper. Ball played in behind him and Heskey had a chance there.
Taken quickly, this is Denny Lands at the Dutch midfield player. Thiel's come over to the left-hand side. Oh, what a ball. Good deep ball in, and there was a real chance there on the back post with Ariane Dezeu, the skipper, arriving.
I'll give Vidic a huge amount of applause here. This is superb defending. He knows he's second to this because it's not his man, but he backs away and backs away. And does enough to put Dezeu off.
Rooney's on the chase here. Emerson Boyce does well. Now Wayne Rooney's dip in form. He hasn't scored since the opening day against Fulham, but his form will surely return. Carrick, can he hit this? Oh, he's hit it over.
That's half a chance for him. Comfortable either side. Obviously prefers his right, but isn't shy to do this. Just drag on his left and take the shot on. Wasn't an awful lot of room to hit it through. But it's lively. It's been a really good start to this game, opening 15 minutes.
I'm sure United would like him to just up his goal ratio a little. Michael Carrick, only 7 Premier League goals in his whole career so far.
Yeah, well, that's not enough, he knows that.
I think the ball might have lost a bit of pressure. Don't worry, there are always plenty of others waiting. Maybe knocked some of the air out of it with that shot. Leighton Baines only scores great goals, not many of them. O'Shea, one for Sahar to chase, but Boyce has got a little bit of pace. Another ex-Crystal Palace player who was picked up in the summer.
Just dwelt on that there, gave Wayne Rooney a chance to close him down, but he needn't have done.
Here's Rio Ferdinand. Where's Brown? Solskjaer. And cut out by one of Tony Blair's favourite players, apparently, Ariane Dezeu. He might last a bit longer than Tony Blair, mightn't he? Ferdinand. Solskjaer's little flick. You see the idea with Scholes in behind him, and then on the 10, Sahar, who can do that kind of thing.
Super effort. Doesn't need a second invitation, Louis Sahar. Anywhere around the 18-yard box. He's happy to do that, turn the swivel. Just starting to claw their way back in, Manchester United. One or two better passing movements.
Yet to lose an away game this season, Manchester United. Solskjaer. Sahar's making a run. He might get on the end of this. No, not quite. But it kind of underlines the point you were making there, Andy. Manchester United just beginning to suggest a few things. That's off the top of Vidic's head. It'll go through safely enough to Edwin van der Sar in the end.
that's the thing about the early kick-off. You talk about Reading Chelsea coming up later today, and that's what Manchester United must keep doing for their own good, is to keep winning games when they're sent out early, like today, ahead of Chelsea, get the points in the bag, ask the question of the champions.
Well, that's a good bit of play by Solskjaer to beat Baines. Plenty of movement here. Rooney cutting it back, he can't quite do that, and Kirkland collapses gratefully onto it.
That just shows you how bad control can help, because Solskjaer miscontrols that there, but then is quick enough as Baines is sucked in just to nick it past him. Decent little run from Wayne Rooney. Difficult attempt. Never quite caught it.
Sir Alex Ferguson pleading with the media yesterday to give Wayne Rooney, or show him, a little patience.
Did well, Heskey. Wes Brown wanted that to run out. Heskey made him play it. Now they've got to throw in themselves.
Camera, I thought that the ball had been handled there by Carrick. It wasn't, not according to the referee anyway. Carrick wearing the number 16 shirt that Roy Keane, of course, always used to wear. They are pretty different types of players, of course. Rooney. Somehow making a lot of good runs. When will one of these balls find him? Here he is now, off to Scholes. Evra. Lots of red shirts waiting in there. He does find a cross as well in the end. Fitzhall able to get it away. Here's the break. Kevin Kilban. Easy for Ferdinand.
And a little sloppy again from Rio. It's better than that. Just overran it. No, it's got a nice ebb and flow to it, this game.
And it's been illuminated by another thunderous goal. There's been plenty of them this season.
There has, isn't there? Good to see. You know, we can get the Premiership up and running now at last, can't we? The next 4 or 5 months or so.
Yeah, it's been very fragmented. I think it's so frustrating for the club managers. Here's Brown. Nothing doing there. Easy for Fitzhall to get it away for Wigan Athletic.
Oh, you wouldn't believe how narrow Manchester United were there. With both Solskjaer and Wayne Rooney coming in field, there was just no width their play. You could almost have thrown a blanket over about 5 or 6 red shirts there.
Wigan certainly feel that they've deserved more points than they've actually got this season. Paul Jewell saying, we've been playing quite well and I've got a good squad of players, but he does believe a lot of teams will be involved down at the bottom this year, and candid enough to admit that his side might be one of them.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Fair assessment, accurate assessment. He's not daft. Realist. As he said to me last year, we were talking about it, said, my team have got to play 100% every game. We are not good enough to do anything else and survive in this league, but give 100% every game we play. And he's right, that hasn't changed.
He certainly did that last season.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic finish, 10th for them. League Cup final as well against this opposition. Scholes here. Everett made a run forward. It was well cut out by Lanza, but United still have it. Here's the Frenchman again, Patrice Evra, player who's played in the Champions League final.
Little casual from Gary Teal there.
But he got the block in there. Gary Taylor was one of the Scottish heroes last week in that fabulous win they had over France. Maybe a bit of a reality check in the Ukraine, but Scotland right in it in that very tough group. Carrick with the corner kick. And that's off a Wigan head. I think it might have been that of Kilban.
Goalkeeper just made sure, not taking any chances. Didn't put it over.
Might be a busy day for Chris Kirkland. Maybe he can underline his claims for the England job. That's too long for everyone in a Manchester United shirt. Well won back by O'Shea. He's got a bit of room if he can use it here. Wigan defending not too clever, but they've got it away in the end.
Yeah, a little miscontrol from Emile Heskey. Just looking to just cut the cross out. Wasn't a great cross from John O'Shea, having won the ball. First real bit of pressure, concentrated pressure they've had to deal with.
Evra with a lot of room to move into on that side. Sahar missed his volley, and maybe just as well for Wigan he did. It would have been some goal if he'd pulled that off.
It's a poor ball. 5 red shirts in the box waiting for delivery, and he pulled it behind every single one of them, Evra. Well, we said they were inching their way back in. Well, they're doing more than that in the last 5 minutes. They've controlled the ball. And as yet, still looking to work Chris Kirkland enough.
Rio Ferdinand on towards Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Carrick switching the point of the attack out to Evra. Now Rooney. Scholes. Sahar. Intricate one-touch football around the edge of the box from Manchester United. Evra to chip it in. Rooney. Oh, sensational piece of play by Wayne Rooney. He's hit the bar. How unlucky can you get?
You can't buy one at the moment, can you? Well, if anyone ever wondered if his confidence was affected by this recent run, that was your answer. Absolutely not. Brilliant piece of football.
Well, there were maybe just the odd sign in Zagreb of him beginning to get the confidence and belief back that run. He might have scored, but that was, well, vintage piece of Rooney play, wasn't it, really?
Well, it didn't look like he's got anywhere to go here. He thinks about it here, but he's surrounded by players, but he just immediately turns. He does enough. He knows where the goal is. It isn't going to move. Such a thunderous shot on him.
And maybe Wigan are starting to think that all the little breaks that have been going against them this season might fall their way this time around. But how long left on the clock? Long time, and it might seem a long time as well. More and more pressure from Manchester United as the plot shifts here. Well won back that by Kevin Kilban, who was quickly on the scene. Just the chance maybe for Wigan to do things on the break. They've got some speed up there with Heskey and Henri Camara.
I'll tell you what, if he'd have gone infield to Sharma, you know, and others who were joining him, it might have been different.
Manchester United have won 16 of their last 21 games either side of the summer break. They always believe they're going to win, you feel. It's Boyce's ball, trying to find a release with Camara, but Vidic can get it back. Vidic, who plays for Serbia, who top their European Championship group at the moment. Say this game being played in glorious sunshine. It's balmy. It could almost be July here. Long may it continue for those of us who usually freeze on gantries. Here's Wes Brown chasing this for United. Baines his ball forward. This is bouncing around. Can Heskey make something of this using his muscle.
Well, he's given handball, I think. Yeah, just earlier in that edge of the box. On camera, I think, just handled it.
Wes Brown. De Zeu gave it back to Solskjaer, who made a present of it to Leighton Baines in a rather bizarre passage of play. Lanza. Shana trying to forage a way forward. Heskey is just clambering to his feet. Bit the worse for wear. And there was a yellow card for Rio Ferdinand at the end of that passage of play. The referee was just waiting.
Well, must have cut the top of his foot, because apart from that, there's not a lot of contact there at all. So we know what a delicate area that is.
First booking of the season. He's very, very rarely booked, Rio Ferdinand. For a central defender, his amazing record.
He's got a case there. I mean, all he's done is put his foot round the player to try and win the ball. Came down on top of it, but I mean, Steve Bennett is shy in bringing out yellow cards, that we do know.
Steve Bennett, who refereed this fixture last season. Emil Heskey, I think he's going to be okay. Chat with Chris Hutchings, Paul Jewell's assistant. And a little bit of tactical advice while he's at it as well. Wigan's only win so far, by the way, was against Reading by a goal to nil here. Goal scoring has been a bit of a problem, and chance creation this season too. They've only scored 6 goals so far. Make that 7 with the sensational strike by Leighton Baines. Cut out by Lanza. Now here's Baines again.
That little change you were talking about, they're obviously a bit worried about the centre midfield and the position that they haven't had, Wigan. And what they've done, they've just almost gone like for like, because Gary Teal's come over to the left side to play here. And then you'll find that Sharma, Kilban and Lanza will be the 3 narrower midfield players, and they've said the Henri Camara play on the right-hand side. So a little shift there. Obviously the concern, we saw the possession a minute ago. That was a concern of Paul Jewell's, and he's doing this to try and combat that. So they've got 3v3 in the centre of midfield.
Which in theory should mean Manchester United have a bit less room in that central midfield area. Corner kick here. Don't think Vidic agrees with the decision.
No. I think that's fair.
Now then, can Wigan Athletic profit further here?
It's unusual. You look at the 6-yard box, there's not a Wigan player anywhere near it. So it looks like they're all going to fly in from the edge of the box.
The corner is struck long. Heskey did well to reach that and nod it down. No blue shirt to latch onto it, though. He's been very pleased with Emil Heskey, I think, so far. Paul Jewell, he said he's been excellent, but he's told him to be a bit greedier. Wants a better goal return from him. He's got a couple already in a Wigan shirt.
Well, he's one of these players that's got, we keep talking about potential with Emil Heskey and what he can do. And he's 28 now. Disappointed at Birmingham. That's an absolute certainty.
Teal! Well, that was something, wasn't it? That would have been a bolt right out of the blue.
Good hit. Nothing wrong with that when you're 1 up. One down, you might not take it on. Not easy. Players in front of him. Decent hit.
Gary Teal, hasn't scored on his home ground for over 3 years now. He would have loved that to fly in against Manchester United. Evra, who's now got Henri Camara over on that right-hand side to contend with. Evra gets through his challenge, but Camara got back very, very well indeed. Good hold-up play by Emil Heskey. Mr. Zay, who's now 36 and has said he might not be at Wigan next season. I guess that's a decision to be taken later. Leighton Baines. Teal now on the left-hand side, as Andy was telling you. That's a bit too long. They could have left that, maybe it would have gone out of play. And Heskey had a, well, couldn't really reach it.
This is better though. I think Wigan look a little better suited now. That little subtle change that they made just helped him in that middle of the midfield area.
Look relaxed enough, don't they? Paul Jewell, Chris Hutchings. 1-0 up, home to Manchester United, piece of cake.
Did they go 1-0 up last year? I think they did, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
So they will know.
I'll be worried about history repeating itself and Manchester United coming back at them, which is already, of course, starting to happen. Scholes. The ball around the corner for Carrick. Rooney. Four goals in 3 games against Wigan last year, including 2 in the League Cup final. Wayne Rooney.
Well, I think what's going to be interesting, if we get to half-time at 1-0 Wigan, what, if anything, Sir Alex does? I don't know how fit Ryan Giggs is. I guess he's fit enough if he's sitting on the bench. But it might well be something that he looks at and has to look at.
Well, I think the idea is that Giggs should be ready to start on Tuesday in the Champions League. In theory, anyway. Kirkland, made a bit of a meal of it. Rooney came in with the challenge, which he felt he was entitled to make.
Well, Chris Kirkland just delayed and delayed. I've no idea what was in the goalkeeper's mind here. I mean, it's quite a simple thing. Just go out and pick it up, Chris. Go on, pick it up. Pick it up. Now, what on earth he's trying to do, leaving it that long before he's picked it up? He's just almost saying to him, Rooney, go on then. You can have a nibble at me if you like.
It was hard to understand, wasn't it? And he's just lost his footing as well.
That's 2 or 3 times he's done that today.
Scholes. So sharp. Sahar coming towards the near post here. If he can get there first, he nearly did.
And he wants a corner. It was a difficult one for the officials. There's so many legs going here looking for this ball. It's a lovely little ball spread wide. It's not offside. He just gets a little tight to the byline here, and look at the options he has. Not very many. Not very many.
Got 19 goals in his last 25 starts. Louis Sahar, not bad, is it, Andy?
I think that might be one reason why Mr. Ruud van Nistelrooy is no longer at the club.
Yeah.
But that's another poor kick from Chris Kirkland.
He's having a problem with that. I think he might be having a problem with his studs on the turf as well. He seems to be losing his balance. Scholes looking to chip it in behind, but looked like Solskjaer was in an offside position.
Paul Scholes is not very happy. They've just tried to play a ball through, and Emerson Boyce was tugging away at Rooney's shirt after he had played the ball. Now why on earth stop the play, bring him back, just have a word with him.
Now we can get on with it. Carrick. Rooney has just played over into trouble, and Teal can lead an attempted break anyway. But give great credit to Wayne Rooney. He was the one that went and got the ball back again.
Yeah, well, good players do that. They make mistakes, they go rectify them. Paul Paul Joe won't be too disappointed to see Wayne Rooney in those sort of positions, though. If he's way back there in his own half, he can't do too much damage to Wigan.
He nearly did a bit of damage at the other end, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did to the frame of the goal.
This is Vidic. And Gunnar Solskjaer, who's been at Manchester United now for a decade and been a very popular servant, of course.
I've just switched Henry Camara and Gary Teal again. Teal now back on the right and Camara playing here on the left.
Sahar.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players out the game. 6 players, red shirts got ahead of Sahar there.
Counter-attack led by Emerson Boyce. Heskey come towards the near post, and Shana, who got round the back, angle became too difficult.
Well, this was unbelievable because Saha's got the ball and there are 5 red shirts go ahead of him here. 5 of them. And as soon as you lose it, look at the gap now that Wigan could come and play in. And Sharner, who we saw do this at Everton, he loves running from midfield areas. He's a little unlucky here. A little less pace on the ball, and he might have had an angle to work with.
Scored in the fixture last season. Paul Scharner, the Austrian with the penchant for classical music and extravagant clothes. He's quite a character by all accounts.
Yeah, give Kesey his phone number. We heard how much he likes classical music at the beginning of the show, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't know that. The untold story of Richard Keys, I think. There, games coming up on Sky Sports for you. Plymouth against Derby from the Championship tomorrow at 1 o'clock and on HD as well. And Newcastle against Bolton from the Premiership, of course, from 3:30 on Sky Sports 1 and HD tomorrow. Here's Ferdinand. Scholes bustled out of it by Leighton Baines. Oh, he's taken out of it by O'Shea. That's going to be a yellow. Instant yellow for John O'Shea.
Well, he's saying I didn't touch it. I pulled out the tackle. He did a little bit. I think the referee's got that wrong. I thought there was a little bit of contact. It's one of those decisions you look and say, who's he going to book? You're never quite sure until he points the card at someone. Even this would be a bit ambitious by Leighton Baines' standards, I think.
He may be starting to believe anything is possible. Now this is going to be Danny Lanzat this time. This really is too far. Towards the back post, it was kept in play.
Did well.
Fitzhall.
With nothing he can do but just try and help it back across goal. He'll be delighted, Paul Joe. Okay, the one piece of good fortune's gone their way. The Rooney shot that came crashing back off the woodwork, but apart from that, I don't remember Chris Kirkland having to make too many saves in this first half. And they've just tinkered with the system a little bit, the formation, and it's just stopped United's dominance in possession. So we'll be pleased at that as well. So all in all, pretty good 41 minutes for Wigan.
We play the other Manchester club, City, at this time next Saturday on this ground.
Well, they've got a spell of games coming up where Paul will think if his team play well, they can pick up some points. But wouldn't it be brilliant for their confidence if they're going on the back of a win against Manchester United?
Yeah, they've got Fulham, Bolton and Charlton following that Manchester City game. None of the big guns, anyway, with respect to all those clubs.
I think Big Sam might just be on the phone to you, Sam.
He probably will.
Yeah.
He knows what I mean.
I'll tell him tomorrow when I see him up at Newcastle.
Thanks, Andy. I knew I could rely on you. DeSayo. Only cost £100,000. Ariane Desire, and he was player of the year for about the 3rd time at Wigan in his 2 spells last season. Monumental presence.
Top pro, there's no doubt about that. Ireland is it. Now he's down. Sat up for a while upstairs and decided he needs to be here. This is all about concentration for Wigan. They know that half-time is fast approaching. Mark your men up, don't give a goal away now.
Carrick, and it was away by Boyce. Wigan know the importance of going into half-time with this lead intact. Just a key little spell here, you fancy. This is Wes Brown.
This will do, Wigan. This isn't a problem. Paul Joe will feel that they can have as many passes as they want there. As long as everyone's mapped up further up the pitch.
Ferdinand looking for some movement, looking for somebody to play it to. He finds Brown. Look at Heskey getting back into the left-back position. All hands to the pumps for Wigan.
Well, they'll just rotate the front two in that respect. Whoever's caught there on that left side defence, Heskey this time, if it's on camera, he does it.
Neat footwork by Rio Ferdinand. Used to be a central midfield player. Started there, didn't he? Now then, Evra. Can he hit one? The other left back, yes he did. And a good save by Kirkland. I fancy that swerved.
Well, if this ball's out to go by, it will have moved. Lovely strike. And if you want something to go for you again, it just did there. That, having been saved by Chris Kirkland, could have landed anywhere out in front of him.
Back by Wes Brown to Solskjaer. Brown again, just forced a little wider than he would have wanted. Important save by Chris Kirkland. It looked like both left-backs were going to be on the score sheet for a moment there.
It's close enough to him that he would expect to save it.
And it's just thrown a little higher than Solskjaer wanted to lay it back.
Well, the save's here. They worked the ball quite well, and Gary Teal gets sucked way infield, and that allowed him to play in Evra. And what I mean is, look at that, he blocks that ball down, could drop anywhere, drops right at one of his defenders, and you just hook it clear. You need those things to go for you as well.
I must say, regular Wigan watchers tell me that apart from one high-profile error at Blackburn, Chris Kirkland has been in exceptional form since coming here on loan.
Well, he's a top goalkeeper, he just needs to play. You know, he needs to play a season without missing anything.
Here's Rooney looking to get round the back. That's good work by Boyce to get the block in and stop the cross coming over. 2 minutes of added time, as you're probably hearing from the PA announcer at the same time as me. Evra. He's taken a knock there and challenge from Fitzhall.
There you go. Well, he's falling, and as he's falling face first, and Fitzhall's coming through to clear the ball. And as he's cleared it, he just caught Evra on top of the head, I think. Hopefully it was only the top of the head. He just stumbles here. Teal just commits it, and he can't get his balance. And look at that, he's going head first, and then he comes. Ooh, could have been nasty. I think, to be fair to Fitzhall, he saw him falling. Could have pulled half out the challenge.
Carrick plays this in. It's good defending by Shana. Back down by Rooney, but wide, and Wigan edge closer to the half-time whistle that they are now seeking.
Just a little bit too much pressure for Paul Jewell in the last 3 or 4 minutes of this half. He'll be glad the half-time whistle's coming. There's a better kick from the keeper.
He's been having problems with him. That was more like it, wasn't it? Boyce is up and under. They are in a rugby league town. Football town as well, of course.
Absolutely.
Baines with the booming header, and in the circumstances that would do for Wigan. Less than 30 years ago, Wigan Athletic were a non-league club. Here they are, leading Manchester United. And that's what they'll be doing at half-time as well, courtesy of another great goal this season, another firecracker from Leighton Baines. He did it for the England under-21 side the other night. He's done it here early on to give Wigan the lead. Wayne Rooney still can't get on the score sheet. Wonderful effort from him off the underside of the bar. But Manchester United with work to do. It's Wigan 1, Manchester United 0.
Cool. What some strike from Leighton Baines, wasn't it? We'll have a look at it again shortly in the company of David Platt and Jamie Redknapp. It is the goal that separates the two teams at the moment. Wigan in front.
Football still to come this weekend on Sky Sports 1 and HD1. First up, tomorrow at 1, Plymouth take on Derby. Then at 3:30, it's Newcastle.
How about that?
Versus Bolton.
Unstoppable.
And on Monday at 7:30, a London derby. Fulham take on Charlton.
What a game we've got here.
A football triple tomorrow and Monday, live on Sky Sports 1 and HD1.
There's more Premiership football available later today. It's a pay-per-view offering. Reading play Chelsea at 5 on Prem Plus. Channel 480 for details of how to order, or call 08705 160 160. Tonight, Getafe play Real Madrid. It's Atletico against Recreativo. 7 o'clock on Sky Sports Extra. And don't forget Football First at 8:25 on Sky Sports 1. Well, as we all say, the important fact is that Wigan are in front by a goal to nil, but this is what's happened in that first 45 minutes. 5 attempts from them, 1 on target, that one that Leighton Baines scored with. As for Manchester United, 6 attempts, they've hit the target twice. Noticeably, Wayne Rooney, that save from Chris Kirkland late on there, but they haven't yet found a way through. And by and large, in terms of possession, they have bossed it, as you can see. 2 booked, Rio Ferdinand and John O'Shea. With us this afternoon, the former England skipper David Platt, whose career started at Manchester United, alongside Jamie Redknapp, of course. We did talk about Leighton Baines, didn't we, right at the start? We did say he got a very good left foot, so if we were, presumably Manchester United were, for all that, he still popped up with the opener.
Fantastic strike. I mean, it's his first goal since 2004. With a left foot like this, you'd expect him to do it more regularly. Absolutely breathtaking. He hits that so well, as we see, 67.8 miles an hour. The ball is in the right place, Richard, but what it does, when the ball gets shifted that 4 yards, there, it takes the ball out of the equation, and then it's all about the pace, and Van der Sar cannot get across, David.
Is there an argument then that maybe a bigger wall would have done a better job?
Not necessarily a bigger wall, but I think as the ball goes, you know, some teams do it. Some teams don't like to break the wall up, but I think the wall should move in line with the ball just to be able to defend that little bit later and hopefully get a block. Scholes nearly gets there, but doesn't quite do.
Are Wigan value for the lead?
I think they've held their own. You know, I don't think that they've got the goal from a set piece and they've gone 1-0, but I'd certainly think that the way that they've actually gone about the first half, they haven't looked as though they're going to concede in too many instances. So therefore, yes, they are value for the lead.
Wayne Rooney saw an effort coming back off the bar. Is it because he's in the sort of spell where things won't go?
I don't
or is
think
this
so.
is as close as he's going to get to breaking it?
I think he does marvellously well here. As the ball comes in, you actually think if he can turn his body and get his chest it the other way, then he's got a free shot at goal. But then he does remarkably well to create himself just half a yard. It's not even half a yard, and it's a great strike. You're talking about fate. He can't do anything more than he's done here.
It's great feet. He hits that so early as well, and he's got his back to goal, little turn, and he's away from Leighton Baines and bang. And
he wondered if Sir Alex Ferguson will change it. He does have Ryan Giggs there. Yeah. Is it likely, do you think?
The options he's got is to go back to a 4-4-2. They're hoping that the three in midfield would have helped him, but I think Emil Heskey's been fantastic this year. Offensively hasn't done a lot, but what he's managed to do is come and help, and he's managed to get onto the back four, managed to get onto Michael Carrick and stop him playing.
Didn't notice him actually. There he is on the pitch, and he's the only one out there warming up.
I think that's what he might.
close to coming on.
He could do that and go to a 4-4-2, put Rooney up alongside Zaha. That is certainly an option for him.
I think what he needs, the way that we're going to play in now, basically they play on the counter-attack. They can play man for man almost against Manchester United and play on the counter-attack. I think Sir Alex needs players that can take people on and get past people.
The early goal has really helped Wigan as well, David, hasn't it? So it's, give him something to hold on to.
Well, Sir Alex Ferguson immediately needs a goal. Manchester United trail here. 1-0. Second half is up next.
He's definitely...
A little form of late. They play Derby County, for whom Jonathan Stead will almost certainly make his debut. You would have thought 1 o'clock, Sky Sports 1. Super Sunday finds us at St James's Park with Newcastle and Bolton Wanderers at 3:30. And it's Real Betis against Deportivo at 8 tomorrow night. All that football on Sky Sports 1. This is what nearly 70 miles an hour looks like if you're Edwin van der Sar. Bang.
Quick.
And it's Leighton Baines' goal that separates the teams at the moment. Ryan Giggs we saw warming up, confirmation that he's coming on. Wes Brown, the player, off. What do you think United will do then?
Looks like they'll go to a back four. John O'Shea coming at right back, and they'll have Carrick in midfield with Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs on the left, Ole Solskjaer on the right, with Zaha and Rooney up front. Looks like they'll go back to a 4-4-2 because they know they need to force the game now. They need to win this game. It's important they don't come away with at least a point.
They were top on goal difference, of course, at the start of the afternoon. Chelsea play at Reading later. That's a pay-per-view offering.
It's not a bad
Manchester United need something out of this. That's the job done then. United are back. Wigan are on the way. Match commentators Andy Gray and Ian Dart.
Yeah, thank Richards. Ryan Giggs almost forgot there that he had to wait to officially be introduced to the action, but he's been missing for 4 games with a hamstring injury, but they've been quietly getting him fit, and he's ready here to play 45 minutes. 45 decisive minutes. Manchester United can't afford a slip up here. They want to nudge 3 points ahead of Chelsea, keep the pressure on them. Will Wayne Rooney break his current scoring drought? He was very unlucky in that first half. Paul Jewell will be wondering, is he at last going to get one over on Sir Alex Ferguson, whose Manchester United side beat him 4-0 twice in his Bradford days, 4-0 twice in his Wigan days, including the League Cup final, and that 2-1 defeat here in the league last season. So 5-0 to Sir Alex. And United getting us underway at the start of the second half. Let's see how they are reorganising. A reminder that Wes Brown has gone off. John O'Shea is at right back.
Is number 11, Ryan Giggs.
Well, it might not work, it might, but I think the one thing we do know it had to happen.
Solskjaer taking on Baines on that side. He's got the ball as well. Good work by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's still Solskjaer! It was tremendous work from him. He couldn't quite finish it off, untypically for him.
I just don't think he was ever set, totally balanced to do so, because he's got to fight for this ball, and he does so very, very well indeed, just there. But then once he gets through, he's never really balanced. He's always on the stretch. Plenty red shirts in there again. So one thing like a police, look at Rooney, I want it, but he didn't even look at him. Like the predator he is, he was going on his own.
But a chance straight away for Manchester United.
Well, what that's done, obviously Manchester United's change. It's allowed Heskey here, challenging for this, and Henri Camara to resume the partnership up front.
Kept in play on that far side. Solskjaer lays it inside Carrick. Rooney lets it run. Rooney again, it's a little behind Evra. Scholes, who scored the first ever goal in this stadium in a friendly match between these two sides. This has fallen again to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and Giggs is arriving. Zaha, can he finish it? Desperate scramble, and Wigan scramble it away in the end.
Well, the ball out to Solskjaer wasn't getting to him, but Leighton Baines stuck a leg out and diverted it straight to him, and they just scrambled it away.
Scholes, Manchester United look like they need business. They want a free kick there. Scholes can't believe that Steve Bennett didn't give that, but Wigan can break with Kilban.
I thought it was myself.
Camera answered out of it by Rio Ferdinand. Giggs again certainly gives Manchester United another dimension, particularly in the absence of Cristiano Ronaldo today. Solskjaer. Giggs trying to get round the side. I think Sir Alex has had a word or two here.
Absolutely. And they certainly come out right on the front foot, Manchester United. A bit of urgency. Sir Alex talking about the free kick, I'm sure he is, that he didn't get when Scholes went down the edge of the box.
Still having a moan about that. It did look a valid claim, I must say, at first sighting. Scholes, look at this one-touch football from Manchester United, not quite to Ryan Giggs at the end. Teal looked like he was just stopped in his run by Evra. That's how the referee's seen it.
Yeah, you'd have to say that's right. Just got across the front of his run. Patrice Evra. Yeah, you can just see he puts the right arm out just to stop Teal's run. But what he's saying is this here is a free kick, and he's quite right. It's a free kick. Clumsy tackle, didn't get any of the ball.
It looked a cast iron case, I must say, looking at that again. Ferdinand's missed that and is grateful to see it run out of play.
Well, it looks like we might get a half here where Manchester United have really got to put their foot on the pedal now.
Might make it exciting viewing for the neutrals, if a little nervy for the Wigan supporters. Wondering if they can get a landmark win to really get their season going after a difficult start. This is Rooney. Again, Solskjaer looking to get in behind. Leighton Baines, who's left that a bit short. Kirkland got him out of jail.
Oh, just the ball from Wayne Rooney, just didn't have the pace. I don't know whether this grass is a little bit long, but he had a wonderful opportunity to slide Solskjaer in. Well, if Leighton Baines enjoyed his goal first half, and I was sure he must have done, it looks as if he's going to have a bit of work to do defensively at the beginning of the second half. He's about 4 or 5 times now United have explored down his side.
Rooney, look at this, Sahar just a bit too far ahead of him. Otherwise, Wigan could have been prized open.
Well, they're knocking very, very loudly on that Wigan door.
The 40 minutes still remaining, might seem like 40 hours for the Wigan supporters, not to mention the bench. Giggs in towards Rooney again. Deseu. Oh, he's fouled there by Rooney from behind. It's going to be a free kick. Fitzhall's free kick is a bit too long and straight, really, to do any kind of damage.
Well, they can't just keep giving it away like that, Wigan. The one thing they need to do is get a bit of the ball.
This is Giggs. Rooney was hoping that Evra had made a run into that space.
It's all like Evra.
Rooney bites in with the challenge on Boyce, giving it absolutely everything. He's got the ball as well. Down he goes on the edge of the box, still has it. Rooney, a remarkable passage of play as he fights and battles and rages at the referee at the end of it all.
Well, they did brilliantly. But it wasn't a free kick. I think the referee was right that time. Alex Ferguson is furious. He's down the side of the pitch. I think they're saying it was two-footed. They might be right in that respect. Edge of the box. He fights and battles and scraps for this one. And then eventually at the end of it, and it's nothing to do here, he's up climbing. That might have been a free kick, wasn't given. Might have been getting pulled there, wasn't given. Still going, and it's this one that comes in now. A little two-footer from Sharner. I think it was Sharner. That's so incensed both Rooney and his manager.
It was almost like that old movie Rollerball in there for a moment. Challenges flying in right, left and centre. He might be a bit short of form, Rooney, lately. One thing he's not short of here is effort. Giggs to Sahar. Louis Sahar again. Manchester United knocking very, very hard at the door. Carrick won the ball back well for Manchester United. His young Irishman John O'Shea, so versatile, that comes in handy for Sir Alex Ferguson, of course. This is Emil Heskey. Heskey hasn't scored against Manchester United since 1998, was when he was with Leicester City. Teal trying to engineer a bit of space for a cross. He does exactly that.
Ball's gone out. You can't believe it. Flag went up right away.
Gary Teal, who's one of several players here from Wigan's days in the third tier of English football, which that was only 4 years ago, by the way. Hard to believe, really. What a job Paul Jewell has done with this club. Teal cost £200,000 from Ayr United. Here he is in the Premiership. Baines.
I think Paul Jewell might have told his players that be prepared for a United onslaught at the beginning of the second half. Alex Ferguson hasn't disappointed him.
Giggs. Looking plenty fit enough despite his break, isn't he? Sahar. Solskjaer. A lot of red shirts in there. Here's Giggs.
If you've been super critical of Manchester United, that they've had, certainly beginning this second half, great possession in wonderful situations, 30 yards and in, and they haven't made the most of them. All that possession, great at the edge of the box, not a shot on target yet. I can't remember Chris Cotton making a save.
Just looking to get that final ball right. Rooney just dropping into the space. Oh, that's a great ball for Sahar. It must have been close, but the flag is up.
Well, I'm not right in line, but I'd have put the flag up. I think he's just ahead. Here. You see, he's off there, He's trying to get back onside, but he doesn't get back far enough. It's the right decision.
John Flynn, the official on that far side. Yes, Sahar was just off. And Gary Teal having his contact lenses put back in. He had a few eye problems this week, by the way, Wigan Athletic. Kevin Kilban, in the goal celebration for the Republic of Ireland against the Czech Republic, Clinton Morrison poked him in the eye in the middle of that, and he had to go to hospital overnight. It's crazy, isn't it? He wouldn't mind a goal celebration today, though. He still can't get the contact lenses in for Gary Teal. This is an unforeseen problem, if you like, for Wigan Athletic. Oh, that's missed by Deseu. Sahar's in here. Can he finish it? No, he's put it wide. Still won't go in for Manchester United.
Do you know, that epitomises everything I've just said about them being a little wasteful. This is a present, an absolute present, in respect to it's a poor attempt at a clearance. That's bread and butter. They don't get it. Deseu slips. Now take your time, take your pick. Just does too much, and by doing too much on it, he allows Chris Kirkland out right in his face once he's dragged it off his left foot and made it almost impossible. I think when you're there and you've got that in your left foot and you're plumb middle of goal, then you just pull the trigger.
Incredulous faces everywhere on the pitch and bench for Manchester United. Carrick back to Scholes. It's all got a bit congested in there, and Wigan did well, hunted the ball down, but the referee has seen an offence and gives Manchester United a free kick.
Lucky. Fortunate there. Fortunate.
This is well controlled, wasn't it, by Solskjaer? Need to go fetch it, really.
Again, that's what I mean again. Great possession. didn't make the most of that.
Keely's okay again. Contact lenses safely back in. Corner flag is critically injured. Not too critical. Wigan will be pleased of the respite of having the ball down here in the other corner.
Well, they won't be in a hurry. And that's a certainty. They've been under the cosh for the best part of 15 minutes at the beginning of this second half. So they won't be in a hurry to give the ball away again.
Teal tried to invent a cross. He thought Scholes handled that, but it couldn't have been intentional, I don't think.
I have to agree with you there.
O'Shea. There's Carrick. Can Carrick find the balls to open up Wigan Athletic? Scholes looking to chip this in behind. The offside flag goes up against Louis Saha.
You know, I've just watched Saha there for a minute or so. And do you know what he does? He was stood 10, sometimes 15 yards offside while United were passing that ball and had possession. Just kept himself offside, then drifts back and tries to get onside.
Lee McCulloch is going to be introduced here in place of Henri Camara. Lee McCulloch, another of the recent Scottish heroes. And he goes back as far as Paul Jewell does. The Wigan Athletic, he's been there for the whole story, the remarkable rise. Baines plays it forward. There's Kilban. Now McCulloch taking on Rio Ferdinand down that side. Scored a great goal earlier this season, didn't he, Lee McCulloch at Newcastle? Another of those games where Wigan felt they deserved something more than the 2-1 defeat that came their way. But it's points on the board they're starting to need now. Can they hold on here? Leighton Baines. Heskey was there, it was too long for him. Evra gets it away for Manchester United. Now then, Rooney looking to run Fitzhall. Nemanja Vidic on towards Ryan Giggs. Lanzak cut it out. Rooney, good ball to Solskjaer. Saha was waiting in space and wanted it, didn't get it.
Saha and Scholes. That was a better ball from Wayne Rooney.
Still the best part of half an hour for Manchester United to do something about this. But they might be beginning to wonder if it's one of those days.
I still think they'll feel if they get one, then they can certainly get the other.
Gigg swings it in. Vidic with the header! It's Nemanja Vidic, and Manchester United are level at last.
Well, it's been coming. I said they've been banging on the door, but they've almost broken it down. Such has been the pressure that began the second half. But what will really frustrate Paul Jewell is it's not open play, it's a set play where you can mark people up, where you can get tight to people, where you can jump with people and stop them getting a free header. And quite simply, they don't do enough. There's plenty of them in there, Wigan players, but they jump in between players. No one goes with Vidic, no one jumps really with him to put him off. And you can't do that with this guy. He's a very good header of the ball, and he showed it there.
His
Who would you
first
bet
goal for
on now?
Manchester United, Andy, that one. And what a header, wasn't it? Great header. Great spring from him. And it's one of the defenders who does the job in the end. Now in towards Teal, and Evra with a very important header away. Shana.
Well, it could be a long 27 minutes. Certainly for Wigan.
Well, do Manchester United, just as they did on this ground last year, come from behind to win? Will lightning strike twice?
Well, so I won't want to go that long. It was a stoppage time goal, wasn't it, last year? An own goal at that.
He was. Boyce in towards Heskey. Ferdinand won it well in the air, trying to lead by example at the back. And he's stand-in skipper today with Gary Neville out with this calf injury.
Well, I know whatever system United came out and played second half, that they would have had to have been better than they were first. But I do think there's no coincidence in the fact that as soon as they've gone back to what I think is the best system, the one the players are comfortable with, round pegs and round holes, so to speak, that their performance is up second half, and they've looked a better side, and people at Rooney have been far more effective, with Giggs on the left, and I know it might have been a risk to play him from the start, but certainly they've looked a much better side with this system.
Great ball from Giggs towards Sahar. Desailly did enough that time, and here's McCulloch now for Wigan. How can they respond to Manchester United fighting back with that equaliser?
I'll tell you what, Sahar, do you know what he should have done there? He should have just knocked that one and laid in Scholes. What a run Scholes makes for him. And if he drops the ball into his run, then I'll tell you what, he's in. And Paul Scholes has just had a word with him. Now look at Scholes' run. Now watch this. Drop it into him. Just drop it into him. It's not a difficult ball. And once again, he hasn't made the most of it.
And Scholes was doing what he does so well, just breaking into space there to support the attack, and just looking for a little setup from Louis Sahar, which didn't come on that occasion. About this from Edwin van der Sar. Sir Alex will be having kittens.
Well, he's one of the best. You have to concede that. Edwin van der Sar, that is.
Rooney's little flick. Teal's missed that. I think we're hearing he still has problems with these contact lenses, Gary Teal. Rooney into a great area. Sahar! 2-1! Manchester United, with 2 goals in the space of a few minutes, are in front at Wigan.
And half the team go to the man with this seemingly the world on his shoulders, Wayne Rooney, because it's his ball in. It's a teasing, tempting, dangerous one. And I'll tell you what a finish, what athleticism from his strike partner. He makes something out of nothing here, Louis Sahar. Look at Rooney, now he breaks. And then he just turns infield here, and Sahar, edge of the box, his Benji's run away. And how on earth he pulls that out there and finishes it. Absolutely stunning finish. What's this? What a reach. All in one movement. And then completes it. Unbelievable finish from Sahar. I thought they might fancy another if they got one.
Brilliant technique, appreciated by the manager. 6th goal of the season, that, for Louis Sahar. Half of those have come in the Champions League, by the way. Totally different plot lines here now. Boyce, Teal. 2 goals in 4 minutes it was for Manchester United. Little word from the manager for Wayne Rooney. I was about to ask you, just before that goal was scored, Andy, I was about to say to you, signs of a Wayne Rooney revival today.
Well, he's looked happier second half because he's in, I think, an area of the pitch where he can affect the game much more. He can go both ways. All right, he's not played a good ball there, but I don't think there's any doubt that Wayne Rooney's happier playing from a central area. He can still get wide in and influence the game, but I don't think you want to be saying your left side when you play from there. It's difficult for him. We saw that last year, and I don't think he enjoyed it. But you know, I'm not his manager, so Alex Ferguson certainly knows more about him than I do.
Carrick. Giggs. Oh, what a ball that is towards Solskjaer. And well played by Leighton Baines for Wigan Athletic. But it was a peach of a pass from Ryan Giggs.
First touch. It was there, right on the money.
You know, we seem to have spent the week talking about formations and changes, but the game is mostly, isn't it, about players? And since Ryan Giggs has come on, Manchester United do look a bit different.
Yeah, I'll give you that, but I think it's also what they've done with this guy here. And the rest of the players, there's now more space for people at Scholes to make runs through the middle, like we've seen him do at the beginning of the second half. Paul Scholes make run after run after run. Not been found yet, but he'll continue to do it.
Two changes coming up for Wigan. Antonio Valencia, who was rested today, the Ecuadorian winger, and Svetoslav Todorov is here on loan from Portsmouth. They're hoping he can poach a goal after an unfortunate start with his new club when he missed a penalty at Blackburn Rovers with one of his first touches. Teal is coming off, predictably enough. And Kevin Kilban's come off as well.
They had tried at the beginning of the second half to go 5 in midfield again, Paul Gill's side, because they were getting overrun all over the place. Now, of course, it'll be 2 up top. Heskey and Todorov, they have to try and get the goal. So they'll be back yet again to 4-4-2.
Evra with the acrobatic header. Come and get it, says Fitzhall to his goalkeeper, and Chris Kirkland obliges. Chris Kirkland, whose dad, of course, is famously £10,000 better off now that he's been capped by England with that winning bet. Don't know what he gets for a second cap, if anything. Lanzat. Heskey lays it wide. This is Valencia. Towards the back post where McCulloch is waited. He couldn't get any real power into his header.
No, he's decent in the air, Lee McCulloch. But they have John O'Shea in the right back area now, so he should be able to cope with him.
Rooney, good ball. Solskjaer with work to do, and Baines just getting there first. His great goal now cancelled out.
Well, I know they've got Solskjaer there, but it might be a little option for Sir Alex. He's got Kieran Richardson on the bench, another wide player. They've worked Leighton Baines really well second half. Worked really hard, Baines, defensively. Hardly seen him over the halfway line. In fact, I don't think we have. Such has been his job at the back that he's been under with Solskjaer. So they might just stick Richardson on, just a little bit of fresh legs, just open him up there again.
Lanzat playing it long. Lanzat, by the way, has a flat that overlooks Old Trafford. Here he is playing against United.
Well, he could live anywhere the size of that ground, couldn't he?
Have a flat inside it. Oh gosh, wouldn't it? Sahar on the chase here. Scholes with the instant control. The first half damage has been repaired by Manchester United, who will now fancy they're on their way to 3 points that would put them 3 points ahead of Chelsea, who kick off, let me remind you again, at 5:15 at Reading. A more intriguing game, which you'll be able to catch later on Sky TV. Knock to the head for Emil Heskey.
It's not a lot, is it?
Sport medical for Emil Heskey. He scored in the last game after 2 minutes at Blackburn Rovers, did Heskey. They need one from him now, and quite urgently too. Anyone, in fact.
See, this is where the arguments are now coming in, and Paul Scholes quite rightly is arguing the point. Hold on a minute, we had possession. Finally got it.
Manchester United fans who've only had 25 miles to travel to this game in full voice now. And just a little matter of Liverpool at Old Trafford next weekend, on Sunday next weekend to be exact. Zayu's up and under. Shana. Boyce lays it forward towards Valencia. Antonio Valencia again with Boyce. McCulloch on the turn, good effort from him.
There's another one of these players who plays on the left, but he's certainly not shy in striking the ball with his right foot, and very well.
He scored the first goal of Paul Jewell's reign at Wigan against Brentford a few years back now, 2001 to be exact. McCulloch hops it on, it's cut out this time by Vidic, who's down injured. And we'll get some treatment. It's a head injury, I think.
I don't know.
Well, I'm presuming it was the urgency with which the referee waved the physios on.
It might just have been the way he landed, the way he's been hit. I didn't see any clash. He seemed to head the ball quite cleanly. When he comes through and heads this, okay. Not so sure what happened there. A blow of some sort. It should be okay. The thumbs up suggests that.
Vidic, who scored his first Manchester United goal at a very opportune time today. Let's just recap what's happened here so far.
Well, second half they were asked the question, can they get back in the game? From a set play of all things, poor marking, Paul Joe will not be happy. And then the front two finally combine. Nice little ball in, but what a beautiful finish. Sheer athleticism. And United within 4 minutes are back in the lead.
Looks like Vidic is going to be okay. He might have just been quite badly winded by that Heskey challenge in the end. The ribs are a bit sore.
Do you know in a situation like that, when a referee blows up like that, why don't it just bounce the ball when it happened?
Decent idea. And the idea is to keep the game flowing. Can Wigan build up a bit of a head of steam here late on in search of an equalizer? They have just under 14 minutes to rescue this now. Hall plays it into the mixer, but United get it away again. Now here's Sahar. Ryan Giggs. In towards Rooney. It's well defended that time by Arian Zayu. I suppose that would just make Manchester United's day if Wayne Rooney could come up with a goal as well to end this little mini drought he's on. Giggs. Sahar was waiting to pull the trigger again in mid-air. And he gets the free kick. Ryan Giggs for the challenge by McCulloch.
Just pulled him back, that was all. Yeah, maybe just did a little too much.
Safely into the arms of Chris Kirkland. Gigg wins it for Manchester United. Here's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's even back in the Norway squad this year. He played for them last weekend. Scholes. Solskjaer staying wide and profiting from that. Well found by Scholes, wasn't he? Red shirts beginning to arrive in there, and it's a bit too long for all of them. Yeah. Is there a way back for Wigan?
Well, it's hard to see it. In all honesty, they haven't really had much pressure, Paul Jewell's side, much of the ball second half. But you never know in this game. One goal, it's not impossible. Need a set play, a little bit of something to go their way.
Valencia, can he find a way through? Tangling with Vidic, who seems none the worse for his heavy collision with Emil Heskey. Well, this is Manchester United's best start. It was already for 3 years. And they are hungry to become champions again. No Premiership title in the last 3 seasons for Manchester United. They want it back, and they want it back badly. I think that much is perfectly clear. Still just about 10 minutes of work for them to do here, though. Vidic tangling with Heskey, and that is a muscular confrontation between those two. It's one of the reasons they bought Vidic, to give them a bit more physicality at the back. Got a bit of steel to go with all the silk, I guess. Carrick. Here's Solskjaer. Sahar towards Rooney. Flag stayed down, but it was a bit too far.
Well, I don't think there's been much between the attempts. Certainly not a huge chasm. And even on target, it's pretty close, but I guess that quality that a team like Manchester United should possess. Just the difference between the sides at the moment.
Rooney towards Sahar, who is offside again.
No, he shouldn't be.
Todorov tangling with Evra. Reading against Chelsea. Prem Plus offering today from 5 o'clock. And it looks like Chelsea might be 3 points behind Manchester United at the start of play again, but there's only a goal in it here still.
Well, you would have to concede Manchester United have played well second half. A lot of good football. Haven't quite made the most, I don't think, of their possession. Certainly in and around the 18-yard box. Could have been better.
But they were suggesting an equalizer before it came.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could argue with that.
And they follow that with another one 4 minutes later. inevitably at the end of this busy week for a lot of these players. Even Wigan had 12 players away on international duty. There's obviously going to be one eye on the clock, particularly for Manchester United.
Well, apart from the half-time substitution, Sir Alex hasn't looked like he's interested in making another change. Looks like these guys are going to do the course.
By the way, among the substitutes today for Manchester United is David Jones, a 21-year-old midfielder who would be making his Premiership debut if he was to get a run out. But as Andy says, no signs of any movement on that front. Carrick. Bit of drive from him, from the midfield. It's Rooney! Well, you just wondered there for a moment whether he was going to end the run with something very special.
Ryan Giggs thinking maybe he could have slipped me in there. Wayne. It's a lovely little ball from Carrick, and you just wondered for a minute what he was going to do. Whether it was power or finesse. Went for the latter.
Good to see Carrick there making a driving run from the midfield. We didn't see a lot of that from him on Wednesday. Unfortunate night for England. Now then, Giggs. Oh, look at this. Saha! Oh, that's the save from Chris Kirkland to keep the margin at 1.
Giggs wants the penalty. Make no mistake about it, he is furious. Now, I know they got the chance, but if this is, then the ref should give it. But he's right at Steve Bennett, Ryan Giggs, as soon as he hit the shot.
That'll be worth another look in a moment. Here's McCulloch. Lanzat. Scholes. Carrick. He was caught late there, Michael Carrick. That's why United get a free kick.
Well, he's having a word with the referee again. Let's have a little look at it, because it's brilliant play from Giggs. Not this one. Gets away with that clean at this. I mean, that is a penalty. Make no mistake about that. That is a penalty. Dazou just takes him out, and regardless of playing the advantage, there was none gained. So therefore, referee got it wrong.
No penalty given by Steve Bennett. Oh, Rooney. It's Wayne Rooney, and in towards Solskjaer, somehow blocked, and Kirkland collapses on the ball, and somehow it stays 2-1.
Well, I'm amazed he passed it, Wayne Rooney. I thought, having forced his way through here, he'd little dink himself, but unselfish as he always is, the only thing wrong, it's just a fraction behind Solskjaer. He couldn't drag it back.
That was an amazing piece of play there. You thought Rooney, after the spell he's been in, was bound to go for goal there. Valencia. Now Lanzat.
No, they found it really difficult Wigan second half. Any fluency, any passages of play.
Well, it's a new Wigan, isn't it? No Jimmy Bullard, Jason Roberts, Pascal Chimbonda, Graham Kavanagh, those players. And the new breed with Boyce and Hall and Kilban and Lanzat, Chris Kirkland in. It's been a big throughput of players.
I don't think they've done that badly today. I mean, they were fairly comfortable first half. And I think, if they're honest, they would have to say that they could have lost by more if United had made the most of their possession. And I'm sure the next few weeks are the ones that he's going to target. Paul Joe, and the points gaining period in the season.
Shana couldn't really help it forward effectively. Saha, lovely piece of play, and Rooney offside. They do say that second seasons are a bit like second albums.
Yeah,
it's harder second time around.
Well, you look at Wigan, you look at West Ham. Again, another, whatever troubles they're having or whatever they attribute it to, they are struggling a bit this season to do anything like they did last year.
Vidic with work to do. McCulloch in towards Todorov, who's offside.
Yeah. And that's the difference. just coming out, doesn't quite get out in time to other off. And such is a slender lead that it only takes something like that.
They just need one moment, don't they? Wigan, one slip, one quality piece of finishing. Yeah, they're the fans celebrating at the moment, the Manchester United fans. They believe, as Sir Alex Ferguson does, that this squad can lift the Premiership. It would be his 9th Premiership title, Sir Alex, if they did it. Amazing.
It's just downright greed, isn't it?
Here's McCulloch. Have they got one final flourish left in them? Wigan Athletic here. Toborov lays it off. Now then, Valencia, a lot of blue shirts waiting in there. And that's a very good challenge indeed by Evra, who's beginning to, you sense, just come to grips with the pace of the Premiership. Rooney's fouled by Valencia here, and Evra's down as well. It's like a battlefield out there at the moment.
Well, the question has been asked why red, yellow cards for our players. Rio Ferdinand's asking him, but why no yellow card for this tackle? I mean, when you think what Rio Ferdinand get booked for in the first half, it's ridiculous.
Manchester United also feel that they should have had a penalty for De Zeeuw's challenge on Ryan Giggs. One of the many talking points, as we have in every game, it seems, these days. It's part of the fun, I guess. Here's Rooney back to Scholes. Baines bites in with the challenge. Here's O'Shea. It's kept in play.
Well, I think the thing that saves Steve Bennett from the wrath of Alex Ferguson would be the fact that if it doesn't influence the score, the Giggs incident. It was a glaring mistake.
And Steve Bennett's just indicating to the Manchester United players to get on with it. He's got half an eye on the watch and he'll add it on if they prevaricate too much. Of course, every team does it in this situation. 2-1 up away from home. Here's Giggs. It's a little bit dodgy by Valencia, but Fitzhall got him out of it. By the way, Ryan Giggs needs only 10 more appearances to equal Billy Foulkes' record for Manchester United. It's the number 2nd on the list behind Bobby Charlton's 759. This is Ryan Giggs' 678th appearance today for Manchester United. Rooney. It's been a good day for Wayne Rooney, hasn't it?
It's got better as the day's gone on, I think. That would be fair.
Maybe the national debate about his form will come to an end after this game. I don't know, what did it say in one of the papers the other day? Pray for Wayne.
I think Wayne will be okay. Trust me on that one.
Got his 21st birthday coming up as well, later this month.
Or is it daft? Something like that, a little challenge like that. You got a minute and a half to go. You load it up now. And this is where concentration for Manchester United defenders has got to be spot on.
Is this Wigan's last chance? Baines, who started the story off, and Edwin van der Sar, just what you want your goalkeeper to do in that situation.
Well, he just wanted to fizz that in a little bit lower, Leighton Baines, with a little bit more pace. As soon as he hung that up there with the height, it's a soft ball, it's not got any pace on it. Look how high it goes, and Edwin van der Sar on the 6-yard line just says, there you go, boys, I'll take the pressure off. That's what you expect.
Took a knock for his pains, but was very happy to take it for the team. Manchester United are nearly there. And what's been a difficult Saturday lunchtime for them. You wondered if a goal would ever come, whether it was going to be one of those days for them. Rooney. Can Solskjaer get on the end of this? Solskjaer turns, he seemed to be impeded momentarily, but he scored anyway. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United, if it wasn't certain already, it is now.
Well, it's becoming a fairy tale return from Solskjaer, isn't it? 4th Premiership goal of the season, smashes in, and yet again Rooney has a little act in it. He goes over to him now, I'm sure, because it's a little flick here, watch it. Beautiful little flick right into his path, and he gets a little bit of luck here, but he doesn't miss the target often. Doesn't miss it often. He'll have him worked a little opening, hit the target, and he normally does. And to be frank, it's no more than United deserve, I think. They've been pretty dominant second half.
5 goals in 8 matches on his return. You use the word, I think it's right, fairy tale for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who must have thought at one point in the darker moments that he never would get back.
And I thought he might play a substitute, a cameo appearance this season, but look at this, on today, whole 90 minutes under his belt, 4th Premiership goal of the season. And well, it will get better for him, I'm sure, but he must just be loving every minute of playing again.
Manchester United showing in this second half that their bid for this Premiership title is most certainly for real. The final whistle goes, 1-0 down at half-time, 3-1 up at full-time. Manchester United move 3 points clear for the moment of Chelsea at the top of the table. 3 goals in the second half. Solskjaer getting the final one. That was really just icing for them. Louis Saha scoring as well. And Nemanja Vidic with his first goal for Manchester United to level up the scores and start it all off for United. Wigan battled hard, scored a great goal through Leighton Baines, but it wasn't enough, and their rather troubled start to the season continues. Wigan Athletic 1, Manchester United 3.
Still just the 1 win for Wigan Athletic then at the start of this season. No change. They stay in 15th and they join the rest now on 7th. They were a game back because of the match at Arsenal early in the season that was postponed, rearranged. As for Manchester United, they are now top with a 3-point gap on Chelsea, who of course play later. That is a pay-per-view offering. They go to Reading. 5 o'clock start, channel 480 for details of how to order, or call 08705 160 160. Tonight, it's Getafe against Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid against Recreativo. 7 o'clock, Sky Sports Extra. Tomorrow, from the Championship, Plymouth against Derby at 1 o'clock. Super Sunday finds us at St James's Park with Newcastle and Bolton, 3:30, and it's Real Betis against Deportivo at 8. All those games on Sky Sports 1. David Platt and Jamie Redknapp have been watching that and thoroughly enjoying the second half. Wigan 1 up after 45. United awesome in the second half. Reaction and the man of the match next. No 3-1 Manchester United. They now have a 3-point lead at the top. Wigan attempts 7 across the 90 minutes. I think that was 6 at half-time. The 1 goal, that from Leighton Baines. It was the opener on the afternoon after 4-5 minutes. Manchester United more than doubled their first half attempts during that second 45. 13 in total, hit the target on 5 separate occasions and scored 3. Corners. 2 from Wigan, 5 from Manchester United. That's full circle, as you can see. Those are the successful corners, those which found a teammate. And Vidic scored the equaliser with that one from the edge of the 6-yard box. United, by and large, bossed the possession in the first 45. Second half looked like that. Oh, again by some distance. And the crime count booked in the first half as we saw Rio Ferdinand and John O'Shea. And that was the sum total of it. Let's hear from Sir Alex Ferguson with Jeff Shreves.
1-0 down at the break. Were you always confident you could turn it round?
No, I wasn't confident. I mean, you hope that they can change the performance, and obviously that you're 1-0 down away from home, and you know what decisions going against us. I thought that it was going to be tough. And Wigan are a difficult side to play against. Very committed, and They've good balance to their team. So I think we've done really well to come away with a victory.
What was the biggest factor? The change in formation?
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah, we're putting Wayne through because, you know, you saw that second half performance from him. In fact, the whole 90 minutes, I thought he was right back to his best, and he and Saha are a real handful. And of course, with Ryan's experience and Scholes' experience behind that, you know, that it always gives you a chance.
Was that his best performance, Wayne Rooney's, in a United shirt so far this season?
Yeah, I think so. I think that there was some signs it was coming back, and obviously even the 2 internationals have helped him get the required number of games to bring him to the right pitch of his game, and I think we saw that today.
You've increased your lead, and now can you sit back and enjoy the weekend?
Well, I can only enjoy it if something happens elsewhere. But we've done our job well. I think that 1-0 down, and we played some really good stuff in the game. I think we've got to be pleased with that. And there's a good momentum about the team at the moment, and hopefully we can keep that going.
Thanks, Sir Alex.
Hey, Jeff. Well done.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was named as the man of the match. Was Wayne Rooney far away from that?
Not at all. I mean, we were talking at the end of the game about who we thought had done well. I think in the second half there were several United players that you could have given it to, and Rooney was one of them. I mean, I think he was exceptional. I think Sir Alex hit the nail on the head there. He was good for the 90 minutes, but in the second half he was just top notch.
Would you agree?
Yeah, without a doubt. He had his chest out second half. He had that strut. He wanted the ball in all sorts of positions. He was happy to take on 1 or 2 men at a time. He actually really, really enjoyed it. This was first half. He was incredibly unlucky. This hit rattles off the crossbar. But I just thought his whole performance today, his work rate, his desire. He looked like he enjoyed being back home with his mates again. He looked like there was a little bit of pressure off him. When he plays in English at the moment, the expectations here is so high. But for Manchester United, he's playing with really, really good players and he's enjoying it. I just thought he looked a top player again today. And listen, there's no doubts about it. As Andy said in commentary, he is a top player. Trust him. Trust him. He will be a great player for a long time to come. Wayne Rooney. He's too good.
This shows it to me when
Is that the sign of a real player?
Well, the run he's going through.
Goal, doesn't he?
The run he's going through. You know, you could have excused him there for pulling the trigger on himself, but he does what's right to do.
I mean, two assists today and absolutely brilliant. Enjoyed his performance today. It was great to see him back. And he doesn't smile a great deal on the pitch, but you could just tell he enjoyed his day. He was the main man out there.
Vidic made a one-apiece, fabulous header, but would Paul Jewell be disappointed about the marking?
Well, he will be, but you see the way United are lined up. It's very difficult to get touch tight with players the way that they're in that, that straight vertical line going in there. But you have to say he hangs in the air magnificently well. Shouldn't be getting a free header 6 yards out. So there is some, I'm sure Paul Jewell will look at the video and there will be some recriminations about it, but he actually hangs in the air a lot and it's a good finish.
What about the take from Saha? The ball he dragged out of the air?
This is amazing. They get very sloppy and Paul Jewell will be frustrated with that touch by Till. But Wayne Rooney picks it up and you can see Saha. He's drifting there and watch him go. Look at his hang time. He's up, what a touch, brings it down and he's not even landing, he's already hit the second one in. It's just absolutely fantastic piece of athleticism. Brilliant, look. 2 quick touches and bang and it's in. Amazing goal. That is so that you can't explain how hard that touch is. Once it's up in the air like that, to bring it down, keep it under control and then bring it in.
And the amount of time that Solskjaer's been out, we talked about it. You know, Jamie, you've had your fair share of injuries. To see him back and playing again's a joy, isn't it? Every time he scores, it's just a real pleasure.
He's been through pretty much football in hell. I know how he feels. I've been there. But when you do things like that, all that effort you put in the gym, all that time when the player's going out onto the training field and you're going on the bike or whatever, that makes it all worthwhile. That feeling is you can't explain how good that must feel for that young man, and he's still a top player and a great acquisition for Manchester United when he's playing because they didn't have him last year. They've got him back now. He gets goals for them. He's a great player to have in the team.
Wigan led for 45. It's not going to get you any points, that, though. Here's Paul Jewell with Jeff Shreves.
Paul, 1-0 up and then you get beat. Are you fed up with seeing this movie?
Oh, we got well beaten today, second half. Got to give credit where credit's due. They're a top team, obviously. They battered the second half. First half, it took a lot out of us, but we can't sit deep. And we were too easy to play against second half. And credit to Man United, but with our season, they're going to be shaped the results against Manchester United. But I was a bit concerned. We folded a little bit too easy.
And anybody who has concerns about Wayne Rooney's form, what would you say after that?
Well, anyone who's concerned over Wayne Rooney doesn't know the game. That's what I would say. It's not for me to talk about Wayne Rooney because he's a world-class player. There's no problem there. But all the nonsense that's been spoken over the last week, that's all it is, nonsense. There's no people with any brains talking about it.
How disappointed were you that you didn't have a full house today?
Well, a bit amazed really, but that's You know, we can't do no more than that. We can't do no more than give Premiership football. Wigan's come a long way in a short space of time. You know, and we did have a fan base of 6,000 when we first came here. That's up to a lot more than that now. But and the people who come are fantastic. We'd like a few more through the door. But you know, I think my main concern is not the crowds at the moment, it's the team.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay, cheers.
Did you see enough from Wigan today to suggest they're going to be all right?
Yeah, I did. I mean, they're playing against one of the top teams in the Premiership that are in great form. But I think, you know, they showed, especially in the first half, they held Manchester United. You know, they got the goal early on and they held them. And when United are in that form in the second half, they're difficult to contain. He believes that they're playing well. I think that's probably their worst performance of the season. And like he says, their season's not going to be shaped by the performances against Manchester United. But they do have to start picking points up very, very quickly, I think.
Otherwise, it's a problem, isn't it?
It's going to be a long season. Manchester City at home, Fulham away. They're the games that will shape. They're the games that will shape Wigan's season. And they need to get points in those games. I think they've got too many good players to be in trouble. I think we're going to be fine. They've got a great manager there.
Well, what's Chelsea's response likely to be? They play at Reading today. If you have the opportunity to purchase it, it's a pay-per-view offering, 5 o'clock start, channel 480, or you can call 08705 160 160. Tonight, from Spain, it's Getafe against Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid play. I'm not trying that again. 7 o'clock, Sky Sports Extra. Don't forget Football First, a first opportunity to see all of today's Premiership football at 8:25 on Sky Sports 1. Now, we've got cricket on Sky Sports 2, Sri Lanka against the West Indies, that from the ICC Champions Trophy, of course. We've got the Super League final, St Helens against Hull at 5:30 on Sky Sports 1, and the Currie Cup final, the Free State Cheetahs against Blue Bulls at 3, ahead of that on Sky Sports 3.